They were giving everybody, I think it was around 100 free FTT tokens. What is up, guys? Coding Jesus here. Guys, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that's a slight deviation from quant and coding related content. Don't worry, next week's video is going to be a hardcore coding related video. But today's video is going to be about somebody that's in the news today, and that's Sam Bankman Fried. Guys, this video is not clickbait. The title is not clickbait. I met Sam Bankman Fried shortly after leaving BitMEX. Now, I worked at BitMEX for around a year and a half to 2 years. And during the time, as I mentioned in videos that are probably 3-4 years old, I was considering breaking to the quantitative trading space as a software engineer. Now, before I really committed to that career path, I decided to look for positions at other cryptocurrency exchanges that might better suit my personality and what I'm looking for in a career. And so what I did was I decided to attend FTX's initial launch meetup. At the time, it was, I guess you can say, August of 2019, and this was being held in Hong Kong's Block 1. Block 1 was kind of like a incubator in Hong Kong. They had an office there, particularly for cryptocurrency, and they'd host a lot of different meetups for various companies. Now, one of the impetus beyond a potential career at FTX to go to this meetup was that they were giving everybody, I think it was around 100 free FTT tokens airdropped into their FTX account. And at the time, I didn't have an FTX account, but I saw that they were trading for around $1.50 each. So I said, hey, worst case, I get a free $150 for attending this. But okay, beyond the attendance, what sorts of impressions did I get from Sam Bankman Fried? Well, the impression that I got of Sam, speaking to him in private for a good 2 minutes, having his undivided attention, is totally different than the impression that he's been giving the public while making appearances, speaking to journalists, and just, I guess, running his mouth to the media and talking about the whole FTX debacle. When I spoke to Sam, because I was angling myself to kind of get a position at FTX to see whether or not I could have a career at FTX, and thank God that never happened, I came with one smart question that I wanted to ask him because I knew his time was limited. I spoke to him about the maker and taker fees on the FTX exchange. If you're unfamiliar, a maker fee, or a maker rebate rather, is an amount of money given to a liquidity provider on an exchange for resting an order on the order book. A taker fee, on the other hand, is a fee that you need to pay to take liquidity from the order book. So every time there's a trade, there's a maker and a taker. The maker is paid for providing liquidity. The taker needs to pay for taking liquidity. Now, what was different about Sam's exchange is that they didn't have a maker rebate. They just had a fee for both the maker and the taker. So they had a maker fee and a taker fee as opposed to a maker rebate and a taker fee. And so I asked him about it. And Sam was very bright. He said, he talked to me about all the research that he's done on it, the different studies that they've run on their own exchange in kind of like a test environment, and the implications that has on liquidity and volume, etc. And he decided, based off all these findings, at the end of his little 2-minute spiel, that it would be best to charge both parties. And so I was very taken aback. He seemed like somebody that had his head on his shoulders, somebody that was very bright, a CEO that knew what he was doing, and that was reinforced during his presentation. After I spoke to him and a couple of other people spoke to him and kind of people ate and drank a little, everybody sat down. There was chairs for everybody, and the room was actually packed, so there was more people than chairs. And I sat in a little chair, and Sam got on stage, and he was given a PowerPoint presentation as to his vision for the cryptocurrency ecosystem, for FTX in general, and how they differentiate themselves from the existing product offering provided by other institutions. Okay, so what happened during that presentation? Well, Sam came off as somebody very knowledgeable, very smart, somebody that had his head on his shoulders, the exact same impression that I got when he was speaking to me in person. He was able to answer questions with ease. He spoke about risks. He spoke about other exchanges and how he would like to provide something better than what they provided. Now, fast forward a couple of years. I did trade a little on FTX, and I didn't have any money at the time when FTX went under. But I now see Sam in the media, portraying himself as somebody that can't tie his shoes, somebody that has no idea what's going on, somebody that's a deer in the headlights, somebody that can make billions of dollars but doesn't know how to hire a risk manager or manage risk. And so I was taken aback. I was shocked. I was like, this is not the same guy that I met. And then I started thinking about why he wanted to portray himself this way. I think that Sam knew that he was fucked, that knew that he was going to go to jail for a very long time, and the only way to lighten his sentence was to portray himself in the media as somebody that just had no idea what's going on. He was too stupid. He was just so inept that it wasn't intentional, that there was no malice there. That, I guess the word is mens rea. Now, I'm not a legal scholar, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there was no malice or ill intent. It was not his intention to lose money and jumble up billions of dollars worth of customer funds. It just happened, and he was also a victim in the grand scheme of things. Now, thank God that didn't work, and I think everybody that knew Sam before could see that. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in today's sentencing hearing. Hopefully, the book gets thrown at him. I don't know whether or not people that have lost money on the exchange are going to be made whole. If anything, they could be made whole partially, somewhat emotionally, by seeing him go to jail for a very long time. And I do agree that, he should be sentenced as harshly as possible for the crimes that he's committed, given that it's ruined so many people's lives. But beyond that, I think that his attempt to portray himself as somebody that's so stupid enough to be in the midst of an investigation and speak to journalists, has just been a total failure. And that's my impression of Sam, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll answer them if I can. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.